We're here today in a very special edition in Las Vegas with Cecilio Asuncion. He's the director
Yes.
and owner of Slay Model Management, and he's also the star of the reality show Strut. And he's apparently all of you already know that he's a preliminary judge for the Miss Universe 2017 competition, and we're all very excited to get to know him a little bit more. Hi,
Hi.
Cece.
How are you?
Cece?
Yeah, Cece.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever. Cecilio.
Yes. Well, very nice to meet you.
You too.
How has it been so far?
It's been a great experience getting to meet all of the women and just being here and being able to represent somebody who's an ally to the trans community and really further proving that it's really about hearts and not parts. I got to meet these 92 beautiful women, and along with that, all these distinguished judges, and syempre masaya. It's been such a journey going here, and I'm so proud of all these women. They're very accomplished, and for those who think that beauty pageants is something shallow,
Yeah.
it's really not, because it's. I've met mechanical engineers, architects, lawyers, so they can't knock beauty pageant contestants.
You were mentioning about the trans community,
Uh-huh.
and you've always championed them.
Yes.
I know the first thing that you did that you kind of got you noticed was
Uh-huh.
What's the Tea?
Yes.
What inspired you to do that piece, documentary?
Honestly, I saw this young trans girl, and it was the Anderson Cooper show. And I really just thought about that young girl, and it was like, growing up Filipino and gay and all that, I had nobody to look up to. Like, especially in the Philippines, the only people we had to look up to was Roderick Paulate. That was
Okay.
like your only end game in life
Yeah.
was to be a comedian or to cut hair. And those are great career options,
Yeah.
but the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want. So that was such a fear of mine growing up, and I thought about that little trans girl, and I wanted to do a documentary that she could look up to and be all, oh, I can be like these other distinguished trans women.
But see, that's the great thing about what you
Uh-huh.
did is it got you to all these different places, and it got
Yeah.
you your reality show, and it got you here. But it was out of the goodness of your heart and wanting to help and make a difference.
Here's the thing. It's I'm a gay Filipino immigrant, but that did not, my life choices and all of that. It was not an easy journey.
Yes.
But somehow, when you find yourself in a position to help, why not?
Yeah.
That's what we should do. It's whether you're championing, a certain community, or you're whether you're championing a certain part of the community, or you're championing your own point of view, you should, because it's my sister just passed away 3 months ago, and I keep on remembering what she told me when I was having a tough time with the show and the agency and all of that. She was like, you know what, continue to do what you want to do, because you make a lot of people happy, but you only should do it if you're still happy. So I really do think I took that to heart, because I always try to take an emotional temperature check.
Yes.
And if I'm happy, I'll continue doing it.
No, that's really good to hear. Now, the T in What's the T is actually transgender, and I know there's a lot of people in the Philippines that get confused with trans and drag.
Yeah, and drag.
Can you tell people what the difference is between trans and drag?
Okay, a drag queen, think of it as like a job. Somebody goes to work, they put in their gear, they put on the makeup, they transform themselves, and then they go home and they take off all of that stuff and go to bed as a man. Trans women or trans men, basically, it's just being a trans person is really who they are inside, is basically the opposite of the gender they were born. And then there's another layer to it that gender and orientation are two different things. So basically, gender is who you sleep as, orientation is who you sleep with.
Okay. Did you take a note of that?
Yes.
All right. Now, have you or any of your models experienced discrimination in the industry?
Honestly, yes, there have been. you know, and that's the thing. It's a lot of people's archaic way of thinking, and people only know what they want. You know what they know, and that's what I also try to promote. Is that it's this hunger for knowledge. Like I only got to know about the trans community because I wanted to know about it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's the same way. Like I'm learning more about pageants because it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
even if we've always had interest in this, I mean we're
Yes.
supposed to because we're
Yes.
Filipinos and really.
Yes.
I've learned so much that it's not just really about how beautiful you are, how you
Yes.
walk, and all. You have to have this something.
Oh, absolutely. I think
Yeah.
that's the one thing that a lot of the pageant people are realizing now is it's not just about the beauty anymore, and
Yeah.
it's going to be about the person and how real they can be and relatable.
Yeah, and that's what it is because it's ultimately still a profession as a job.
Now, do you think that has to do with the popularity of reality shows? Because before there was always this glass case in front of the
Mhm.
beauty queens because you don't see them behind the camera or when the camera's off. But with reality shows, you've seen celebrities and many beautiful people
Yeah.
at their worst or their lowest.
You mean me? No,
Well,
no,
can we roll the clip? No.
No, honestly, it's not just reality shows. Of course, that contributes to it.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest contributor to it is social media. Because when you're part of a show or anything like that, you only have like a 30-minute window. You know, and that goes through editing and all of that. Now, social media, it's your direct line to the world.
Yes.
So, that being said, everybody's perception is already different. So, you need to go out there, and with 92 people, there's also this great crusade, which I really like. I mean, growing up, like in Manila, I was too much because I've been outspoken. I've said a lot of things that maybe I shouldn't have said at that time. But those are the choices I made, and I will stand by it. And even with my thought process of selecting my choices for Miss Universe, I like women who are strong. Like, you can come up to me with an opposing view, but if you go and talk to me about it and you stand for it, it has to be a good, like 50% conversation.
That's right.
And that's okay. We can have opposing views,
Yeah.
and we just have to respect them.
Absolutely. Now, you mentioned something about social media
Mhm.
and being outspoken.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of the beauty queens, in the Philippines particularly, because I've been talking to a lot of them,
Mhm.
what advice would you have for them on how to deal with social media? And how do they balance it with being who they are and who they're supposed to be?
Have a really strong sense of support around them. I think that's the best thing to do. It's once you go and take your job seriously as a beauty queen or as a title holder, know that intrinsically as a person who you are, it's basically the product of your environment. So you keep like the people around you who know you, because what happens is when something extraordinary happens, like a crown in your head,
Yeah.
your life changes. So really stick to the people who have known you before that, because those are the people who know you the best.
Yes.
And really also know and being very conscious that there's also an after the crown that you have to deal with. So basically, don't be an asshole.
Can they be political?
Yes, I personally say you can be political, but you shouldn't be arrogant about it.
Okay.
You can, because you know what, here's the thing, it's everybody has convictions. I'd rather have somebody who has a conviction than none.
Okay. Since we're talking about beauty queens already,
Uh-huh.
and I know growing up you probably have looked up to Filipino beauty queens.
Oh my god, yes.
Who do you admire most and who amuses you the most?
Oh my god. Okay. My favorite Filipino one. God, I didn't even prepare for this. I think I was most excited for. Can I have like two answers?
Sure.
One for like physicality and another one for who they were.
Yeah.
Physically, I thought Venus was really beautiful. I liked that she was morena. Because I think as a nation we should be ready to embrace all skin tones. Because the Philippines is still a melting pot of all these past people who
Yeah.
have, colonized us. It's not just, oh, maputi ka, you're prettier.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, it shouldn't be like that anymore.
Yeah.
And that's one way of using social media for a proper way. Really getting to know people. Who else? What else do I like?
How about some of the older queens from the 60s or the 70s?
Oh, the one who
The iconic ones.
Oh, of course. Maria Diaz, of course, because to this day she has another perfect example of conviction. I think that was what made her take it all the way.
Yes.
If you know who you, and that's what I think the best way to get a Filipino crown is. Get someone who knows themselves and go in there and sell it.
Yes.
Because that's what makes you different from all these other girls. If you don't know, if you go into this, okay, let me just tell you the things I hate. Oh, I joined this for experience. You're wasting people's time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Don't do that. Go here because you want to win. There's no problem with saying you want to win. And I think that's the hard part when you're Filipino.
It's the being humble part.
Yeah, and you're not taught the difference between being confident, between being proud and being mayabang.
Yes.
And I've gotten that a lot, but I'm not. I just talk. You know what I mean? I talk about. Don't you want to share your joy with something you've accomplished?
Absolutely.
Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I champion you all the time. When you figure out I gotta do this, I was like, oh my god, why not?
Yeah.
So that's what I learned, and I think that's the difference between Filipinos who were raised elsewhere.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with being humble. I'm all about that, But you have to have a strong sense of self and know what your existential ends are. Because if you go in there trying to figure out who you are, you don't have time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, since you're talking so beautifully about what a beauty queen should be, or a Filipino beauty queen should be, and I'm sure you're probably going to get this a lot after this pageant. Do you have any plans of training future Filipino beauty queens?
Well, see, you know what? I have slave model management, which is already a full-time job.
Okay.
Who knows? We'll see. I mean, that's another avenue that I would love to share, like my knowledge, and because this is exciting. You get to represent not only your country but the universe.
Yes.
So why not? Why not let it be a Filipino?
Now, a few years ago, there was a trans in Canada, Jenny
Yeah,
Takalova.
yeah.
Do you think that the Philippines is ready for a trans beauty queen to represent them? And how would you, let's say, convince binibining Pilipinas to accept trans as opposed to just naturally born female?
I think that's what's important. What's really important is to get rid of the archaic way of thinking of what a beauty queen was and what a beauty queen is. Like, the beauty queen of the future is really someone who knows themselves, is confident, like all the physical stuff, never mind that. That's easy. You can go to the gym and you can eat the right food. You can even go to a doctor. That's easy.
Yeah.
But it's really having the conviction to take it all the way. Like with the trans rights, it's changing, but it's not changing as fast as it should be.
Okay.
And not just with beauty pageants and such. It's if a trans woman, for some terrible circumstances, was sent to jail because their gender marker is male, they would be sent to prison with men.
Okay.
That's terrible. That's wrong. That has to be changed. If I had a chance to go and have a conversation with the charities, I would simply tell them and show them the accomplishments of what my agency has done and how it has changed these women's lives and the people who look up to them, and really how strong they have been in the media and our clients. And I think they do very well.
Now, do you think that's one of the biggest reasons why you were chosen to become a judge, a preliminary judge in Miss Universe? Because there's so many Filipinos, millions of Filipinos, who probably think, hey, I can do that. But what set you apart, and why do you think they got you for the job?
It's because I love this community. The trans community has given me meaning to my life. When I was doing What's the Tea, my dad passed away on Christmas, and because of this film, it saved me from my depression because I had something to focus on. I really think that's it. What set me apart, I guess, is one, I have the best agent on the planet. I love her. Hi, Tammy. And also because of the work that I've done with the community. And it's about change. If you're in a position to help, why not?
So right now, I'm sure you've heard the comments when Filipinos particularly are watching pageants. Sasabihin, mukha siyang bakla. Or mukha siyang drag queen.
Oh.
How do you respond to that? Or what do you think about that now?
No, and even when I look at when I look at like the social media comments on people, I'm like, oh, mukha nga siyang bakla. Siya yung merong campaign with Katy Perry's fragrance. Anong ginagawa mo?
Yeah.
So
that's right.
I'm like, and I know exactly how much she made.
Yeah.
Yeah, enjoy your job at SM. I don't. It shouldn't. Don't come for each other with obvious stuff.
Yeah.
Don't, because there's no sense in it. There's no. I would read. It breaks my heart, like with beauty queens, like Filipino beauty queens. I know would just put their heart and soul into doing it, like getting their goal, and then somehow if she loses or whatever, suddenly she's treated like garbage.
Yeah.
That's not.
No, actually, that's the irony about the pageant world in a way.
Yeah.
Is the pageants and the girls actually promote celebrating individuality and celebrating your uniqueness, and at the same time you're for world peace and mutual understanding. And yet the pageant fans love to go after the girls.
Yeah, I know.
And then to go after the other countries when the girls, and perfect example is this year, Miss Philippines and Miss Indonesia are roommates and are amazing friends.
That's what I mean, and that has to be like what I want to convey to the fans is don't forget these women is someone's sister, someone's daughter, someone's cousin, someone's girlfriend, and they're human. Underneath all the makeup, the lashes, the hair, and all of that, is somebody who is someone's daughter.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Don't forget that because it's still a person.
I think that's something that the viewers can tend to forget when they're just looking at the TV or the computer screen.
Right.
Yeah. Now let's shift gears for a while.
Uh-oh.
We talked a lot about the beauty queens.
Yeah.
We want to get to know you more. I'm just gonna ask a series of simple, fun questions, and you can answer as candidly, and I'm sure you do, as you would want. No, these are some questions I always ask the beauty queens. So the first one is, what's your phobia?
I'm definitely afraid of caterpillars.
Really?
Yeah, and
that one? I'm just kidding.
No, caterpillars are gross. I remember the reason it came from was I was playing hide and seek with my brothers, and I was the youngest, so of course you're the neglected brother. They don't really give a shit. What do you do? And I hid in the bushes, and they stopped looking for me. I ran out, and I was covered in caterpillars.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
yeah. So I remember my aunt having to bathe me in caterpillars. So that's it.
That makes sense. Now, what's your pet peeve?
I really, really don't. I would rather hear "fuck you" than "shut up."
Okay.
That would be it. Just don't tell me to shut up.
Now you do know that that's gonna get. You might get a lot of that now.
I know. We'll change it. Okay, we'll change the answer. Again.
Okay. No. What? Yeah.
Okay.
What's your favorite comfort food?
Oh my god, adobo.
Do you cook or?
I make a bomb adobo.
Oh, really?
I really do.
Pork
and chicken.
Okay. Very interesting. We didn't know that about you. Now, when was the last time you were in Manila?
It has been
2004. Okay. Do you have any plans on visiting soon?
I guess after this, yes.
We'll definitely be looking out for that.
Yeah.
Now, I'll give you two choices and you have to choose one.
Okay.
So this is the fun part.
Okay.
Stilettos or 6-inch platforms?
Stilettos.
Fantasy costumes or wearable costumes?
Fantasy costumes, if you're going to go all the way.
Fierce or friendly?
Fierce, all the time.
1 piece or 2 piece?
2 piece. Wait, you're talking about chicken, right?
Jollibee.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know if we can say that. Unless they sponsor us for
Yes,
this.
I love me some chicken joy.
Strut or ANTM?
Strut.
Should I say Tyra or CC?
Tyra.
There you go. Slay it or killed it?
Slater.
Beauty or brains?
Always, always brains.
Cindy or Naomi?
Ugh, Naomi.
RuPaul or Tyra?
Tyra.
Wow. Okay. I'm sorry, that was my reaction. Straight or curly?
Curly.
Not for you though.
Oh yeah.
Burgers or pizza?
Burgers.
Rice or potato?
Rice all the time.
Beautiful face or knockout body?
Knockout body.
Okay. Now, there we have it. Now, thank you so much for joining us today. And this felt like a short interview, but I think we get a little more, we get to know him a little bit more, and not just from the Miss Universe website, because I think a lot of us were just exposed to Cici the moment he was announced as a preliminary judge and of the entire Philippines. And he's now part of Philippine pageant history.
It's crazy.
Isn't that amazing?
It's crazy.
So, now, do you have any message for the Filipino fans who are eagerly awaiting the Miss Universe pageant?
Always, always support all the girls. Be kind. Be kind to one another. Because if there's one thing I learned, it's really, if it's for you, it's for you. And there's no sense in tearing or dragging anyone through the mud.
Thank you very much, Cecil.
Thank you.
Very nice to meet you.